Microfinance Institute, Wolong, Kodido Kunji Bundan, Dino, Damin, and saving account to the Eleno and the Kudul Maro. If a Mukunki to phone, I need to do it from the Kudul. Sanadu, Pasina, Big Back in this book, and Fat, the Kudoki, and Good Roda. Big financial services,
And welcome to West Coast Radio. I'm your host, Yusuf Taylor. Let's make sure that we're on in the first place. Welcome to West Coast Radio. I'm your host, Yusuf Taylor, aka Flex Dan. Today we have a fantastic special edition of Straight Talk radio program. Why do I say it's special? Well, we have a rare special guest with us in the building here. He'll be introducing himself very shortly. A member of the National Assembly from Central Baddibou, the representative in that constituency, has afforded us the opportunity to be here and chat with him. I think I should put on the ACs because he is certainly a special guest. We don't want him to hit up here. Honorable, welcome to the program. It's a pleasure to have you, sir.
Thank you, Flex. It is indeed a pleasure to be with you. As you said, I am Honorable Sulayman Saho. I hail from Central Baddibou constituency. My background, I'm a Pan-Africanist. My background. And I'm an agriculturist too. I have a strong passion for cultivation of crops, rearing of animals, and protecting the environment. But in the parliament, I'm the party whip of the minority, and I double as a member of Pan-African Parliament, where we used to have our sittings in Midra. Thank you.
Fantastic. The whip, you know, you do a very, very important job, huh?
Yeah.
You see? Honorable, thank you so much. You've always been one of the most outspoken National Assembly members. And I usually enjoy your, your back and forth with the speaker.
Yeah.
I've written a number
of... It's my grandpa.
It's your grandpa.
Yes.
I think that will be very, very interesting for our listeners, our people who are listening. We're going to talk to Honorable Sulayman Saho. He has been very, very busy in Parliament. Honorable, I think there's nowhere else for us to start apart from there was one time when you wanted the president to come after the State of the Nation address. And you were trying to impress on the speaker to push a motion that the president will come and speak to respond directly himself. What's your take on that one?
Flex, thank you very much.
It didn't go the way you wanted it to go.
Thank you very much. Flex, our parliament should be lively.
Yes.
Parliament should not be a dormant parliament.
Indeed.
There should be an effective communication in the parliament. Like we have been seeing other progressive parliaments. It's not wrong for the president, after laying his State of Nation address or making his State of Nation address, to listen to the debate.
Yes, I agree.
And respond to issues.
Indeed.
And that is going to be historic for Adama Barrow, because President Jawara had never done it.
Yep.
President Yahya Jammeh had never done it.
Indeed.
So if Barrow stand and listen to MPs debating on issues, and he comes back to make clarification or to make responses, this is going to be historic.
Yep.
We said our democracy is growing. We said Gambians, we need to open up, we need to go forward. Is it a crime for the speaker to entertain me, to allow me to come with my motion and say, look, this is a good motion. and allow members to vote on the motion. I expected the speaker to give me the chance for the motion to be either debated or to be voted.
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
And if I'm President Barrow, I will say, look, Speaker, allow him. In fact, I'm going to give myself to members. We have been seeing where Ramaphosa and Malema.
Indeed.
So this is democracy that we fought for 2016.
Yeah.
And for me, Suleiman, I know all that I've been, the reason why I'm in Parliament is to make sure that there are a lot of changes in our political landscape. And these are one of the giant steps that we could have done to allow the president to see. Because I could remember one State of Nations address where he made mention of a road construction from Latrikunda via Bundung to Sukuta, which never happened.
It never happened.
So I saw to it that during the debate, Honorable Marong of Latrikunda said, no, this is a misinformation. So if the president is sitting down, he will know that sometimes some of these executive members, they don't put their record straight.
Indeed. And that's what you are there for, as parliamentarians.
To perform an oversight.
Indeed.
But the speaker, at the time, the way he responded to me, he was kind of defensive. Because that's why I'm against nomination. You know, because he has been nominated, he must serve.
But I think
President Barrow is.
I think your relationship has improved of late. You and the Parliament Speaker. Am I mistaken?
No, there is nothing like if he wants to micromanage the Parliament, you will see me again. Okay. So I am that type. Okay. You know, I have a strong respect for him. He has experience in the Parliament, but I want rules to be followed. Sometimes he makes interpretations to favor the executive and himself.
Yes.
Do you understand? Which to me shouldn't be done.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Because our standing order has given the speaker a lot of powers. The speaker's, decision is final.
Yes.
Who the speakers are. Sometimes he makes certain decision which is not good for the parliament. Do you understand? So that one I cannot keep silent.
I'm with you.
They call me Suleiman is stubborn, Suleiman who is petty.
You always interrupt the speaker.
And
when he's trying to speak.
is always there to put pressure on me, thinking that I will give up. I said, Abulai, kill me, but I'm going to speak up my mind. That's me. Okay,
Honorable, but of late I saw there was we even published a joke between you and the speaker.
Yeah, about the ferry.
About the ferry. So we are getting just news today that the ferry, they are saying that they will be starting very soon. Restarting very soon. Why is it that Parliament has not said anything about this ferry, or maybe because of lives are being,
The Committee on Infrastructure and Monitoring should hold them accountable. Because I witnessed the signing. And the promise that was given was within 2 weeks to 3 weeks, the ferry will be back to services. But up to now, today I in fact plan to call Honorable Ibrahim Silla and Dr. Sisi, you understand, to make follow-up on them. And Jobate, because this was, strongly expressed, do you understand, when we had the signing, they said it's going to be 16 months. We are going to have new ferries. Before the new ferries, Kunta Kinte is on repair, but we'll be back to service within 3 weeks. And it's almost 3 weeks now. So what is happening?
I think they said 6 weeks, if I'm not mistaken.
No, they said 3 weeks. Our discussion with them
when you had it,
perhaps at the time. Yeah, because maybe other weeks have elapsed. But the day of signing that, we had 3 weeks more.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Parliament
is the joke that I was trying to put to Speaker. Speaker is from North Bank region and is the third in command in the country.
Indeed.
He could also add his voice.
Well, you would expect. One would expect that.
Yes, So that's why I said, Speaker, with all, he said, but you are parliamentarians. We are parliamentarians. But the Speaker, he can visit the President. Hey, look, President, this is a serious matter,
Yes.
Lives could be lost at any time. What can we do?
Thank you.
They are stakeholders.
What emergency
arrangements
can they put in place?
So this is an emergency. Banjul Bara, I have been raising this issue in the Parliament for a long time. You remember there was a time I said, if care is not taken, Baton de Jola will be repeated in the Gambia.
In fact, that's what some people have been saying. That Batula Jola.
Because we see how many women, men, children died there. So we, as a government, we should not wait until things happen, no matter what.
Indeed.
We need to make sure that we are proactive. And there must be a budget line for emergencies.
Indeed.
You understand?
Yes.
COVID-19 came at the time there was no budget line.
Yes, contingency.
There must be a budget line for emergency in terms of disasters. What do we need to do? Yeah. So I believe the government, there was kind of miscommunication between them and the citizens, because the time that they were going on media to say, that they have already purchased the ferry, it was later that we knew it was not the reality. The signing. Now I'm convinced the signing is a manifestation. It's an evidence.
That they
I can
done
have
it.
hope.
Yes.
You understand? But even with that, there are a lot of more commitments needed. You understand?
Indeed, I'm with
so
you.
we need to, because the other ferry, what I learned is ADB. Is it ADB or World Bank?
African Development Bank. Okay.
All right. But the other one should be purchased by the government. So government must make so. Do you understand? The resources are mobilized on time. If not, there will be delay too.
Indeed. Thank you so much, Honorable Sulayman Saho. We really appreciate you being with us. In fact, we have more time to go through this special program. You're listening to Straight Talk. This is a special edition. We have Honorable Sulayman Saho in the building. Honorable Sulayman, I must say, I know Honorable Sulayman, we are going to be doing.
I know.
It's
I
going
know
to
where,
be a.
I know where you're heading.
It's going to be a big ping pong. He knows where I'm going to go. Yeah, and so people, you're listening to West Coast Radio 95.3 FM. People are watching us on YouTube across the globe as well. We are streaming this live on YouTube, so we can have a record and we can go back and watch this. So anybody who is watching this on YouTube, give a comment, give a like, give a share. If we see your questions, we will ask Honorable Sulayman Saho. And we will be opening up the lines later on. So people who want to call, stay tuned. You might have some questions which have come up, and you might have some things that you want to share with Honorable Sulayman Saho of Central Baddibou. Honorable.
Yes.
The Public Order Act amendment, which in all reality, even the TRRC is calling for this to be reviewed in line with your private member's bill. Now, obviously, there has been a concern that, the issue national security, the usual concerns, and that if this bill that you are advocating for is to pass, it will mean lawlessness. People can just go out and do whatever they feel like. But the TRRC was not saying that. The TRRC was actually saying that pretty much along the lines of what your bill was coming to bring the Public Order Act up to international standards. So now the question is, what went wrong? How comes this bill, which has a recommendation in line with the TRRC, came to Parliament, but obviously we all seen it has been shut down and eliminated, rejected? Thank you.
The bill suffered from a political conspiracy from the executive. As I said, President Adam Barrow is a president who doesn't identify his legacies. Even if he wants to see his legacies, there are people he could have made in this country is to give his blessing, his support to the Public Order Act that has been colonial. President Jawara failed to address it. President Yaya Jammeh failed to address it. So if Barrow's time, he assent to that bill, that will be historic for him. Even if he stopped ruling this country, he will be in the good file of this country. But it has been misconstrued, misexplained, misdirected, mismanaged, by his surrogates. Do you understand? Yep. And they see it as a threat to his political hegemony. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Trying to bring his government down. That's not my intention, and that will not be the intention of any democratic individual. Yeah, but it's to give ourselves a sense of direction as a country, to learn from the past.
Yeah. Like the Solo Sunday incident.
It's because of Solo Sunday we had a change in this country. So that's why I say Solo never died. Solo is still existing. Some believe that he died. No. On the Solo Sunday day, I said Solo never died. Yeah. So the government of Adama Barrow 2016 was on principles, was on pillars, built on pillars. And Public Order Act is fundamental to our cause. And the funniest thing of all is MPs, I don't know what's wrong with them, because the bill is in a simple language that you can read and comprehend. So who is there to tell you this bill is going to call people on the street to go against the government?
Yeah.
It's misinformation. It's fallacious. Do you understand? The bill, what the bill was seeking for, is for people to express their opinions, their feelings as required by the Constitution, in a manner that it will be well guided. But you should not stop them. You should not.
Yeah.
The
And,
people,
and also in line with international
best practices. And they always say Gambia is not an island. Gambia. So in the other area, you accept that Gambia is not an island. But in the other area, you want Gambia to become an island. So this is what I don't understand.
Yeah.
Even the MPs who voted against it became victims within few months. For example, the independent MPs from Fonyi, they organized a program. Do you understand? In fact, they are not on streets. They have just a fundraising. They went there. They beat them. They used tear gas on them.
That's very unfortunate.
So, and those people, some of them did not
have to bite them.
So that's why I say a bad law is a bad law, and it haunts everybody. It's not meant for UDP, neither UDP, no GDC, no independent.
Do you think that was one of the main reasons, because of given that the Solo Sendeng connotation and the history of that? Obviously, the UDP has been one of the most, when it comes to protest, political parties.
Yeah.
Do you think that that is what they were afraid of? And obviously, we've seen 3 years Jotna has just happened, which has been the biggest protest.
But it went in peace.
Yes,
it was done in peace. They also came, 5 years also came. It was in peace. Where we saw ministers, public servants, we saw them on T-shirts protesting. First time in the history of the Gambia. So I think that's all good for our democracy. Do you understand? So they should have entertained that. They should have allowed my bill to pass, so that Gambia also will be counted among countries that have gone through some legal reforms that are progressive.
Indeed.
Do you understand? So the people who said, no, the timing is wrong, no, you should not come up with this, we cannot support you for this. Come on. The victims, the people who came out with Solos and they voted against the bill, people like Honorable Fatmata Jawara, which to my surprise, I expected her to be the first to support me, no matter what.
I think she's the member who suffered the most.
Yes, among all of us.
Yes.
Do you understand? So, but because of who? Serving who? Adam. That's why I said, if President knows very well, if he has good political advisors, he will say, President Barrow, support, give blessing to Honorable Saho's bill. Let it pass and you assent to it, so that it become part of history. This is what every progressive, democratic, conscious, Pan-African leaders do.
I think this Public Order Amendment Act on the bill which you put forward, this is just my personal opinion as a Democrat, as somebody who we've seen what has happened here. Legacy, and his legacy should have been honored. I think at the least, I think that was what was deserving for Solo Sendeng's legacy. I do believe that this bill will be revisited either sooner or later. It's a matter of time, because of Gambia cannot continue to be behind. So we will open up the lines shortly. We will open up the lines. The number to dial will be 504-7877, 504-7877. Thank you so much to our camera lady who is holding the camera for us, and we are streaming live on YouTube. Without our technical team behind us, we would not be able to do that. Here at West Coast Radio 95.3 FM, this station that you have your dial on, don't change it. We are going to talk about some of the very important things. There's so much for me and you to cover, Honorable.
I know.
You know, your matter of the day when it comes to accidents,
Yes.
road traffic accidents,
Yes.
is gathering momentum.
Yes.
We understand that the Security and Defense Committee has invited, in fact, stakeholders, and they are consulting stakeholders about this road traffic accidents. And then I believe this is where I want you to come up and take it up from here.
Yes.
Correct me where I make a mistake.
Yes.
They will eventually submit a report to the committee and the plenary, where it will guide the plenary with regards to the way forward to dealing with this. Your matter of the day,
Yes.
on road traffic accidents.
Yes.
How now do you envisage it will go? What's the
Thank you.
next step forward, sir?
Thank you, Flex. You know, sometimes Flex is really painstaking. You know, and if you look at our country, the way things happen, you know, you begin to raise doubts whether we are responsible to our actions. Because this matter of the day was first raised by a honorable member of Nyanija.
Yes, Amadou
Amadou
Kamara.
Kamara.
Yes.
And when it was raised, almost 1 year, nothing happened.
Nothing.
Nothing happened per se. And the number of deaths, you know, on accident was increasing. And not only deaths, but injury. A lot of people sustained injury. Now, that's a cost for the government.
You said, it, according to the estimates,
Yes.
over lost on
Yeah.
accidents every year.
Exactly.
That's what the government is saying.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
You talk of brain injury. You talk of physical injury. Do you understand? You talk of how, you know, the people on wheelchair. How are we going to provide them with the necessary tools? So you know, if accident is not controlled, it will lead to financial bankruptcy, and more of our people are going to be physically disabled. Worse will be they will be in the graveyard. They will visit the land of our silent fathers. Now, 2018 to 2023, the total of 6,630 accidents occurred, claiming lives of 969 in this country, according to record. That's too much.
It's way too
It's
much.
worse than COVID-19. Yeah. So an average of 1,105 accidents and 111 deaths every year
Huh?
for the past 5 years.
That's too
Multiplied.
much, Honorable. That's a lot of life. Almost 1,000
And sometimes
people
these are
died.
young people, these are skillful people, these are people that are contributing to the economy, to the growth of economy.
So what can Parliament do now?
Right
This
now-
Parliament is in the driving seat. You
Yes.
are the guys to deal
Exactly.
with this.
And much is expected from Parliament. That's why Parliament is the nerve center. So the committee now, you know, I learned that they are engaging the relevant authorities. And the ministry also, the government has also come with the road safety strategy 2030.
Yes, we saw that.
Yeah, but I'm not sure whether it's endorsed.
Will it be implemented?
Yes, because we made a lot of Gambians are very good at making strategies, huh?
Yes.
My brother. We are good at making strategies, we are good at making sound proposals that even UN will not doubt it, or international partners will not doubt it.
Yep.
But come to implementation and commitment, results.
But Honorable, there are some things which are practical, which I would expect Parliament should be able to hold the police
Exactly.
to say issuance of driver's license must be done according to the law.
Yes.
Vehicles must be tested.
Yes.
You know, these are some of the basics which, Honorable, I think Parliament, if I am going to be fair, you people are leaving these people to do whatever they feel like.
No, like you said, this is what Parliament is expected to do, but are they doing that? And what kind of caliber of parliamentarians do we have? Party politics have shattered our parliament and brought our bar down. When it comes to national issues of this nature, should we play politics in it?
No.
Should we see Honorable Saho is discrediting the government? You have seen how I struggled to raise up this matter
of the day, yes.
Where I was, you know,
it was almost ruled out.
Yes, to be blocked.
Such an important matter of the day.
To be blocked by my colleague.
Yes.
Yeah, but I see, even if it is a joke, but it was an expensive joke.
Yes. A joke that could have a national...
You understand? So I don't see it as a joke, but I see it as trying to be defensive. You understand? So, but I think, you know, Parliament must be a parliament because we have a social contract with the people.
Indeed.
The citizens.
Indeed.
The sovereign citizens of this country. So we will be accounted for this. We are sworn into the office to make sure that we perform oversight, but even to come up with sound resolutions and to see that those resolutions are adhered to. So we are sometimes appearing as toothless boodler. Yeah, we have the mouth to make noise, but we can't buy it.
Because, for example, even this Committee on Defense,
yes,
they had an opening sort of session, and then the actual committee proceedings, the journalists were not allowed to cover it.
What are they going to discuss that will deny the journalists? What is so private?
Something which is a national concern.
What is so private? And we said there is an access to information. We pass a bill in the parliament.
So these are the things.
So these are some of the things that you have to challenge them. Because to me, what are you going to discuss that is so special? You know, that the public will not consume. Do you understand? So it means that we are still going back to the old days.
Yeah.
We cannot take 10 steps forward and 20 steps back. If there is a national security on, you know, if it is a security matter that is, you know, so special and so confidential, we can understand. But what is about road accident? On road accident, what is so confidential in that? Are they making a Quranic or a biblical laws that will not allow others to participate? So anyway, that's the parliament.
Yeah.
But you, the citizens, need to hold us accountable.
Indeed. Thank you so much, Honorable, for the wonderful work which you've been doing. You've been very proactive in the fact that you have, you know, tabled matter of the days. You have tried to bring private members' bills. You know, some members have become parliamentarians and they have never raised a single matter of the day. Never have they raised a private member's bill. So I saw it fit that you have to definitely come and talk to us and talk to the people so that the people will know the efforts that you have made. You're listening to Straight Talk. I'm your host, Yusuf Taylor, aka Flexdown. We will be opening up the lines very shortly. 504-7877. 504-7877 is the line which you can call, so you can put your to them. Honorable, the controversial one. You know we will have to talk about it. You know, Honorable, we got to talk about this thing.
Can I guess?
I know you know what I'm talking about.
No, pronounce it.
Somebody is even trying to call to interrupt me.
Pronounce it.
This FGM issue. Honorable, you are the one who started this whole thing.
I know we can't finish
without that. We cannot finish without talking about. Honorable, today today is me and you.
No, I know, because you are an activist.
You know, I believe you are an advocate too.
Yes.
And as I've said, you've been very proactive.
No,
you have put progressive bills, definitely.
Yes.
But when it comes with the FGM, is where I am a bit lost with me and you.
No, so it's democracy.
It's definitely.
We all need to defend our points.
But my worry is, question. Let's put it as a question.
Yeah.
Is this what you are seeing happening now? Is this what you envisage would happen when you put that matter of the day, that very, very, very controversial matter of the day? Is this what you envisage would also happen?
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Flex.
Yes,
and
sir.
I really like this topic.
Yeah. Just so that our listeners know, Honorable Sulayman Saho, the member from Central Baddibou, he tabled a matter of the day about the FGM bill. And that opened up the whole can of worms, and now we are possibly maybe repealing
it. You might call it as my matter of the day.
Yes.
Brought everything into the public domain.
Yes.
But before that, what happened? Flex.
3 women were
there was
jailed for violating.
You know, let me make it clear. I have no intention to inflict any pain on any child.
Okay.
It has never been my intention.
Yes, sir.
And I'm not supporting the ban because I want a girl child to suffer.
Okay.
It's not my intention.
Yes.
But we live in a country, and I have seen to read that there are a lot of agitations on this female circumcision or female cutting or female mutilation, you might call it.
Yes.
So, and there were groups. There are people called the traditionalists, the culturalists, where I belong to.
I'm with you.
Do you understand?
Okay.
You have the religious group.
Okay.
I don't know much about religion.
Okay.
But I cannot go into detail.
Too far, yes.
Too far to be quoting, to be different. I'm not a Shia.
Yeah.
But I'm a Muslim.
Indeed.
That group is there. You have this group who said no, it's a pain, it's a right. So this argument was dominating our social media until there was an arrest. So my matter of the day was for government to take the lead to discuss on the matter, to call for national dialogue.
Okay.
My matter of the day was very clear. Matter of the day was not on the repeal. But the matter of the day was to bring peace in this country. Because the way it was going, if it is take cultural dimension, you know what culture means.
I'm with you.
Because if you look at section 32 of the Constitution, clearly state out that people have right to practice their religion and their culture, provided that it is not conflicted with their rights.
And that is the sticky point.
Do you understand?
Yes.
And if you look at the entail of that particular section, it also said to promote peace.
Indeed. I'm with you.
So if I am practicing, I'm doing an act, and I believe I have a strong cultural reason of doing it, and I have a strong cultural religious belief of doing it. If you want to take it from me, it shouldn't be forced.
Okay.
It needs discussions. It needs dialogue. It needs advocacy.
I'm with you.
We need to talk to each other to be convinced. Then we all know how Yaya Jammeh brought some laws into that parliament.
I am with you. In fact, I was one of those people who was complaining that the way that the law was brought, so enough advocacy was not done, so that the law will be...
There were no caveats. For example, today, some of the presenters said they bleed. If you do it, they bleed, excessive bleeding. They have scars. They don't have anesthesia.
This is the reality.
So if that is the reality, we can have a solution to that. Provided as a government.
Okay.
You understand? Like for the male, there was a time in the history, males, you don't go to the hospital. They go to the post. But with time we graduate, we hospitalize it. I'm not saying you hospitalize it or the ministry hospitalize it. But what I'm saying, if they want to stop certain act, they can do so. They can come in. Rather than making a law just straight to the point, we ban it. If I hear anybody or see anybody doing, you go into mile 2.
Okay, Honorable, what is the alternative? You know,
alternative.
So because the question the question which I have.
Let me come. Yeah, I'm laying a preamble.
Yeah, I'm with you. Definitely, I'll give you my question. So my question now, what is the alternative? Considering the fact that if this bill is repealed, which is where we are heading.
Yes.
Yeah. Say it is repealed.
Yes.
Gambia will now be going down with regards to protection of women and girls because of these things which we will be because of the Maputo Protocol. These are all, you know, we've seen ACHPR, the African Commission of Human and People's Rights, their statement.
But how do you?
And then the most important thing is, how will we now? It's the possibility of a girl child being circumcised and even dying. It's now left open and what?
No, flex. What flex?
Yes. What's the alternative?
Flex.
In your
Thank
view.
you very much.
How can we get to the
flex?
A proper solution.
Flex. That's why we want to work on research. We want to have empirical data. Flex. There are a lot of things that are happening. People die. Yeah, but I'm not trying to defend or to say that I will wait until people die then I make noise.
No.
You have to look at this thing from an angle of culture. Flex. We are an Africans.
That's true.
Do you understand?
Yes.
What makes us an African is our identity.
Are we progressive Africans?
No.
But we have to be progressive.
No, we are progressive.
Yes.
You cannot call this thing as retrogressive. Because my people who practice it, they have their good reason of doing it. Now, listen. We are dialoguing.
Definitely.
Now the people that are practicing, you know, if you are going to make comparison, I know the health personnel will say that of male and female are different.
Yeah.
But a pain is a pain.
Yes.
If you should choose me, if you should ask me, if I should have a choice to go to circumcision, I would not go, because I know the pain that I got. It was my mom who treated me after the initiation. I suffered a lot. If you should ask me, Saul, if it is a choice. So if you are a human rights activist, you are fighting for the girl child.
Yes.
What of the male child? I can agree with you to some degree to say let it be a choice. Like, for example, you reach a certain age, you make it a choice. If women can, sorry to use the language, to use hairing on their clitoris, it's choice. If women can bleach their skin, they reach at an age, and we all know that the skin contains vitamin D, it has melanin. That melanin is good for our body, but they use skin bleaching to remove it.
Yes.
And they become sick. Is it not the responsibility of the state to protect those women? Do you understand? I'm not making any comparison.
Yes.
But what I'm saying that this issue of FGM, I believe with advocacy, with talking, some people have stopped it.
Okay.
Do you understand? But if you want to make it aggressive to say we are going to lose because of international, when the draft constitution was rejected, do you understand?
Yeah.
What happened to Gambia? Because all the international partners told them that don't throw out the draft constitution, support it.
Yeah.
A member stood up and said, hell to EU, hell to other organizations. I'm not going to say that, because I know that we are not alone in this fight.
Indeed.
We have right partners.
And we need
But what I'm
partners.
saying is,
Thank you.
when we say democracy,
Yes.
when we say culture, allow us as Africans, let us not look everything of African as bad.
No.
No, let me tell you
I'm
this.
with you. Yeah.
You understand?
Okay.
So anything that we do, anything that we celebrate, because these initiations now, because of the banning, we don't do it in a form to teach our people. Everybody do it with scare, with fear.
With fear.
Before they teach them marital role. If you grown up,
Yes.
how are you going to respect elders?
These are very, very important.
So, but in the bill,
Yes.
there is nothing like that. That's why I said it is. Do you understand? Maybe I don't know anybody doing it for an economic reason, but I know activists will tell you some people do it economic reason. If they are doing it for economic reason, now if there is an organized ceremony, initiation without
They
cutting,
can
for
still
example,
go ahead
they
and
can. But
without
what
the
I'm
cutting.
saying is, when it comes to the religious aspect, some people see it as fundamental to their religion, and Sunnah is a practice that has been recommended by scholars. Who are you, Flex, or who am I to say this religious practice is barbaric or it should not be entertained?
Yeah, I don't agree.
No, I don't.
with
I know you don't
those
use
type
that
of
term.
words.
I know you will not
Really.
use that.
It's
But
not
these are some of the
respectful.
things that we hear, and they make matter worse for us.
Yeah.
So, Flex, for me, my point,
Yeah.
where I stand up to now, do you understand? We have all good reason to communicate to each other, our mothers and our sisters.
Indeed.
But let's leave the ban, yeah, because the law is a bad law. Yeah, the bad law was not consultative.
Okay.
When I say it was not consultative,
So you mean let the ban go, or
let the ban go, let the ministry sit down.
let them revoke the ban so that now people can practice it?
No, listen.
So, okay.
Now, because it has to be guided too.
Yeah.
Because those who are saying is Sunnah, we have to know what degree of Sunnah are they
Because
talking about.
OIC and many Islamic scholars have said that this is not Sunnah.
Do
And
who?
even the OIC, just of late, they reiterated this. The
OIC, which part of OIC?
The OIC
Which program of OIC
So
said
okay,
that?
so just recently there was a communique that was issued, and in that communique they referenced 2023 last year. There was a women's summit, and in that summit they made those statements that FGM was not Islamic. You see, it's there in the OIC. I can show you all the information.
Okay, let me help you.
So that's a committee.
Let me help you.
But just to clarify, it's a committee from the OIC. They have a gender committee, and they had a conference last year. Took those same statements and they promoted it. It's in their statement.
Yeah, as I said, I'm not going to be speaking more on
the
Islam.
religious. Yes,
because
none of us are religious.
I'm a
scholars.
traditionalist,
Yes,
and I strongly believe in the culture of my people. And I'm convinced my people from generation to generation, they had good reason of doing it. Yeah, they are backed by evidence.
Okay.
And you cannot go to those people and say, because I have never, though whenever there are cuttings, there might be some bleeding, you cannot avoid that.
Yeah.
But I never seen where where a death is registered because a woman has been circumcised.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Okay,
Yeah.
so but the doctors are saying now, some of the doctors are saying there are activities that could lead to it. Why not we talk to the Nansimbas in a way that, do you understand, they will be monitored how to do it. But if you said no, it's not, it's against human right. Yes, to your definition of human right. But to my definition and the way I understand human right, I'm not going to agree with you.
This is you are giving me a good segue. People, the number to dial is 504-7877, 504-7877. I'm sorry, I haven't allowed you people on the line because I am here with Honorable Sulayman Saho and I don't want to allow him to escape. I want to get him. But Honorable, what about the issue of human rights which you mentioned?
Yes.
The issue of the human right of that child. Because of the issue is that going through FGM, she is young. She cannot even decide. But somebody, the father, the parent, they decide for them. Let's take a call and then, Honorable, you will be able to answer that question. Hello, caller. Can you please put your radio down and then let's take your question or comment, sir.
Yeah, how are you doing, sir? How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Your name and where you're calling from?
I'm just speaking at Koloni.
Thank you so much.
Just some points to raise with the honorable.
Okay, go ahead. He's hearing you.
We only appreciate about his comment. We have been following the national assembly place. Very brilliant, and then he's frustrated. Okay, what I want to ask is about the OIC summit.
The OIC summit, yes?
We just recently here. I want to ask the honorable that as far as the Gambians, we are just waiting for the government to speak about the OIC. As far as we know, the OIC are going to be gone. We want to know the benefit that the Gambian people have there. They are discussing the agreement they signed. We have signed for the OIC. The government should have their, I'm talking about the government, the Gambians
should know.
They should know the benefit we get out of the OIC.
I'm with you.
And then the people, they borrow, or I don't know whether they borrow or they
what is going to happen to all those many vehicles?
Yeah, even what happened to them, and after what are going to use them? Because they have already get a lot of vehicles. So they have too much. So we want to know how they are going to put money those vehicles.
One day. Yes, go on.
The 5-star hotel, they are about
the 5-star hotel that never happened.
So we want to know the position they are and how the money is going on.
Okay, you hear them. He's got a lot of questions. I thank you so much, caller. We really, really appreciate. Just to let that caller know that for the 5-star hotel, definitely it has not happened. They have not done it. The guy who was supposed to do it has failed, and they used other hotels. So that one for sure. But Honorable, I'm sure to help his question, because you are not government, so some of the things you may not know. How will you guys, these are questions people want to know. This vehicle, those many fleets of vehicles, what is going to happen to them? And you hear people are finding, they want to know, what are the benefits that the Gambians have benefited from OIC that we have spent billions on?
Thank you, Flex. I think the vehicles, maybe the government or the OIC organizers can respond.
Yes.
You know,
maybe you can summon them or you can question them. For parliamentary time questions.
Yeah, but to me, as I told you in my introduction, I'm a Pan-Africanist, and as far as the OIC is concerned, I see another form of Arab colonization. So that's why I, for one. But what do you see? Is the Arab people trying to colonize us, control us?
They come with their kings and emirs.
And in the name of religion, they do all these things. So I don't want to comment more on it because I have my reservations.
Do you think it was a success?
To me, if I should rate it, I'm not going to call it as 100% success, but I know there are a lot of benefits that Gambia also got from the roads, because those are like when I was monitoring, government projects,
Yes.
I said whether OIC succeed or fails, the development remains in the Gambia. Now, what are we going to look at overall is how are we going to make sure that they are sustained, and how are we going to ensure that the project that started to be completed. That should be our focus now. But a lot of things that happen there, left with me alone, it will not happen in that manner. If I should have a choice, it will not be like, because the economic aspect of it, not much Gambians benefited in terms of doing some kind of business. This kind of conferences, I expected a lot of business to happen. To rent cars, why should you go and rent car outside the Gambia? Do you understand? When there are a lot of car dealers here who can make revenue out of that.
Indeed.
And why are you taking them so special that you look low upon yourself to say that there are certain residents they cannot stay? Who are they?
That's very unfortunate.
You understand? This is Gambia.
We're getting
this is your
caller.
culture. This is how you live. Let your guests know that this is how you live.
Indeed. Hello, caller. Thank you so much, Honorable.
Hello.
Let's take this caller. Yes, caller. Welcome to the show.
Yes, bless.
Yes. How are you doing? Can you please tell us your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Mamadou Sanyang. I'm calling from Kombo Lame.
Honorable is listening to you wide ears. What question do you have or comment?
I just want to reiterate what Honorable has said about people's confidence and trust in the National Assembly, members of this country.
Yes, please, go ahead.
I am afraid, I don't want to sound somehow funny, but I think Gambians in particular should start looking at the type of people that we put into positions. Because these are people that make decisions that are directly affecting the lives of people and us. You cannot go and politicize and polarize and destroy our National Assembly. Honestly, if you listen to the National Assembly, sometimes you just want to kill yourself. I'm sorry to say it, with Honorable in front of you, they just want nothing to literate educated Gambians.
Wow.
You go to the National Assembly, you say this is a National Assembly. People were voted by 7,000, 9,000, 20,000 people. You call a minister which is appointed by the president, by one person. You come and say all sorts of foul words to the National Assembly. And he goes
Scot-free. Yeah.
That's only happening in the Gambia.
I think, are you referring to one of the ministers, the latest lands minister? Is that who you are referring
No, I
to?
don't want to call his name.
Okay. All right.
Because he has the gut to say it. Because he knows that if he says it, nothing is going to come out of it.
Out of it.
I think the National Assembly has to take their decisions. They have to be very firm in whatever they want to do. You see, the world is going to judge you in what you do. Whether you fail in your act of assembly member right in front of you there, by pursuing some of the issues, whether they are successful or not. Genuine people,
Yeah.
from both sides of the coin, in their houses when they sit down, would say, well, Honorable Saho is a gentleman. I am honestly not in the same boat with him. But when you listen to him, you see he's trying to push things. You know he's taking us to a direction that we want to reach Gambia.
Yes, in a very progressive manner.
Just look at our next door neighbor, Senegal here. What is the difference between us and Senegal? What is the difference?
I was having a huge debate with one of my colleagues, but some people think there's a huge difference between us and them.
What is the difference? It's the mindset of the Gambians.
Thank you. Thank
That
you.
is what is taking this country backward.
Indeed. Indeed.
If we want to move, we have to be sincere to ourselves and sincere to the people of this country that put us in positions. But for the National Assembly of this country, before you know, travel outside this country and talk to people that has left from this country and they're sitting outside. You sometimes just want to kill yourself. I'm sorry, that's the end of my
Thank you so much for your contribution. You had him there. He had some heavy contributions.
Thank you.
Some people are concerned about the National Assembly, some of the arguments, some of the things that they are hearing, the politicking, which is going on their national interest sometimes is put aside. You know, we had him. But Mr. Honorable, my question, what about that girl child who is cut? Is it also the parents' right to cut their child like that? You know?
Flex.
I know it happens to the boys.
No,
I know if I am to be fair. You know me, I'm very fair.
Then you know
I'm very fair.
When you have been advocacy, when you said you are a gendist, or you need to be balanced.
Yeah.
Flex. So tell me, why are you not talking about male? That male child, that innocent male child, who goes on, because this other one is very fast. That the way they deal with female. Yeah, but ours is where they teach.
But ours is very much different. You know why?
What makes it different? I want to learn from you.
Yes, they don't cut an organ. You see, this is the one important thing.
They don't cut what?
An organ.
Okay, what do they cut?
They cut the foreskin.
No,
but for the women, you know, it's the clitoris. You see?
And we're talking about the pain. You said it's not an organ, but whatever they cut, do they bleed?
Yes, they bleed. Your skin.
Male, they bleed.
Yes.
And excessive bleeding can kill them too.
Yes, but you have
So why are you so particular about the girl child, not the male child?
I am because.
So when we say the constitution should not discriminate.
I agree.
Yeah, in terms of protecting all their rights. Why not we all advocate to say let's leave all until 18 they decide?
No, Honorable, there is what you call equality and there is what you call equity.
Yes.
You see, if I am to say everybody, we have to treat the persons with disability the same, then you know that we will not be treating them fairly.
Exactly.
So this is the reason why the girl child and the male child, I believe that there are some differences. And even when you look at the circumcision, you will never come and, sometimes I don't like to go very far with this discussion.
But this
because sometimes...
No, come on, you need to speak up your mind.
But you know where I'm coming from.
When I'm doing conversation with people, I want people to be who they are.
Indeed.
Yeah? Yes. You are Flex, no other than Flex. I'm Saul, no other than Saul. Honorable Saho. But what I'm saying, speak up your mind. For as far as I'm concerned, the people who participate, and Flex, the fundamental pillars of democracy is choice.
I agree.
Do you understand?
I agree.
This is a family. This is a group of people. Do you understand? Your child, you make sure your child goes to school.
Of course.
You see, it's fundamental. Is it the choice of the girl, the child to decide whether to go to school or not? No. You don't leave a choice.
No.
You make sure that you groom a child.
Indeed.
This is a practice of a family or of a group of people which has been handed down from one generation to another. And they said, some of the doctors will say these people are not specialists, how do they do? But these are knowledge transfer.
Indeed, I'm with you.
Do you understand?
Over years.
They inherited from their grandmothers how to do these operations. Yes, if you want to help them with materials that will promote hygiene, that is going to make sure that the pain is reduced. But don't try to say you are going to totally condemn what they are doing. Do you understand? So if you say, what is your base? How many Muslim countries are practicing this? Over 200 million women are circumcised in this world. Can you tell me that all those women, they don't have their sexual feeling because the clitoris is cut? It's fallacious. People are enjoying their marital right. Yes,
not all of them.
Sometimes we have exceptional cases. We have exceptional cases.
Okay.
If you don't go to circumcision, I have respect for you. I love you. I can marry a woman that is not circumcised.
Yes.
But I have my circumcised woman and I'm enjoying my marriage with her.
Okay.
So if you should tell me that you don't enjoy, yes, it will be difficult for me to say, we enjoy. But she can come out and say she enjoys with me. So what is wrong in that?
Thank
Do you understand? So when they say feeling, today a doctor told us, you can get feeling not only from the clitoris. I said, I'm happy you mentioned that.
Yes. Psychological even.
You understand? Yeah. So they are, when we press them, they are coming out with evidences. I like that. So knowledge should be contested. And these debates are healthy.
Indeed.
Now they are also coming out with research that was done by Dr. Bitte and others within the country.
Yes.
But now, standard, does it fulfill the standards? They said, yes, it has been published by one of the journals, international journal. That's good.
Okay.
Do you understand? But, and they talk about various form of circumcision that happens. Type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4. All right. So, but what I'm saying is, what is common in the Gambia? Do you have a problem? Why not we start talking to them? Yes, you do this, but this is what it leads to. So let's be careful of doing it. Because Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, when he came, people were drinking alcohol. Do you understand? They allowed. They said, okay, you can drink. But at point in time, they said, no, when you are going to prayers, don't drink. Do you understand? But then, as time goes on, they said, no, drinking is prohibited.
Yes.
Do you understand?
This is the same thing with the FGM.
So
it's
what
the
I'm
same
saying,
thing with the FGM
no,
now.
the bill,
Thank you for that explanation.
the way Women Amendment Bill came to Parliament, it's not that way.
I agree. So,
do you understand?
Yes.
So Yaya Jammeh was comfortable at Kanilai one day.
But you can
do you understand?
See,
Forced the parliamentarians, talked to them, and said, pass this law. And right now, Almami Jiba's bill is going through. What? Consultation. And you flex, if you want to come, we can invite you.
Indeed.
To make a position paper.
We're running out of time.
You understand? So what I'm advising is, as a country,
yes, sir.
Do you understand? Let's respect other people. Do you understand? Your religion is your religion. Your culture is your culture. Me, even if you want to fly, if your culture allows you to fly up to the moon and do whatever, me, I respect you. I have my things at my own corner. Do you understand? But if I want to see you as what you're doing, because I don't blame WHO, fine, whatever research that they made, we have to respect them. Do you understand? We have to respect them.
African
But what I want to appeal,
Human Rights Commission.
What I want to appeal to all the
these are many bodies.
all the stakeholders, let them respect us with our culture.
Indeed.
There are some culture male, they don't go to circumcision. It's happening in Africa. But with the HIV, they started going because they see the health hazards attached to it and the health benefit. Do you understand? So this thing, some people are saying they are not going to take their girl child. So let's allow peace to prevail in the Gambia and flex. To my interest, what I'm seeing, we have been seeing religious Nigeria is not controlled. We have been so if you want to fight people because of their belief, their culture, they can retaliate. I'm not agitating for anything.
Okay.
So, but the government should be very careful to allow this thing to die down. If the bill passes, fine. If the bill doesn't pass, fine. But let them stop arresting our people because of they are doing a culture that has been handed down from one generation to another generation.
That was the voice of Honorable Sulayman Saho. Unfortunately, we've run out of time. Honorable, there are so many things that I can talk to you about. I know even in agriculture, in your community, you are doing some good work there.
Yes.
So we will have to bring you back,
so
that we can talk about some of those things.
Flex, I'm always available. If I'm not in Baddibou, call me anytime. I'll be available.
Thank you. So you were listening to Straight Talk, West Coast Radio. I'm your host, Yusuf Taylor, live on the airwaves and also on YouTube. You can follow this program. If you want to support and fund these programs, get in touch with Gainako. We'll be able to give you the coverage that you need. Thank you so much. And that's it for today. Thank you, everybody.
You done?